Greetings, Vanilla Faces. It's Havoc, bringing you day 3 of life on the Ark. So, I had to skip the first 20 minutes of this video because all it was me slingshotting this Triceratops. And to be quite frank, it was pretty boring. There was no way I could make it entertaining. There was no way I was going to spend that much time talking about willy-nilly things. So I just skipped it. Now we're getting close to knocking it out. As you can see, the blood and the gore on the trike, it's starting to get a little bit lower on health. So I'm trying to be very careful to not get too many body shots. But you know what? That's also one of the reasons why it's been taking me so long to get this damn trike down. Is I've just been trying to be so careful not to do too much damage to it that it's just taking so long, and it should be pretty close here. Yeah, so I actually knocked it out by punching it, which is something that you can obviously do. There's also the club that you can use to knock out things as well. But I go from the slingshot to the crossbow and the trank arrows. I skipped the bow entirely. We covered that on day 2. Let's see, what am I doing here? So I'm grabbing charcoal out of there so I can build some more appetizers. The preserving bin. Nice. Got 5 points. Am I going to unlock the battleship raft? No, not yet. Okay, so I'm putting the appetizer in its inventory. I put my cursor over it and hit E, so I activated the appetizer inside the trike itself, and it's bringing its hunger level down, or its food level down, so it's getting hungry quick. So now I'm hunting for stem berries because I think that's the thing that I'm lacking in order to create another appetizer. It should take maybe 2 or 3 appetizers to fully train the trike. And once it gets a little bit more hungry, I'll finally put the mejo berries and azul berries, whatever type of other berry inside of the trike for it to eat. And while it eats those berries, its level progression bar, or its taming progression bar, will go up. And once that progression bar reaches 100%, it then becomes your tamed dino and to do whatever you want with. In this case, with the Triceratops, I'm going to be using it a lot to kind of wipe out the lower level dinos on this island to try to repopulate some higher level dinos that maybe I could tame. I'm really hoping for a higher level Pteranodon, Ankylosaur, and Stegosaurus. Those are going to be the next 3 that I'm going to want to watch out. That's my gremlin. She's kind of a camera hog. Okay, so, yep, Ankylosaur for the metal, flint, and they're also pretty decent at rocks. The Stegosaur, excuse me, I was starting to die from lack of rock stars, so there, now I feel better. The Stegosaur for berries. Stegosaur is probably like 2 times better than the trike for getting berries out of bushes. And also, the trike and the Stegosaur, although their primary focus is getting berries out of bushes and plants, they're also really good at getting thatch out of trees. And then the Pteranodon is the third other dinosaur that I really want to get in the next couple days, so that way I have a flyer and I can get around the island a lot more quickly. Yeah, a couple other things about the Pteranodon is it's not only a great murder weapon, it's also a great scout, in which you can it has so much stamina that you can take it pretty much all the way across the island, and once you reach around 2,000 stamina, and it's really good scout flyer. So once you get the spyglass, you can fly around on your Pteranodon and look down at the ground and try to find a high-level T-Rex or Raptor or whatever else you're trying to look for. And that will open up a whole new world of possibilities. Even getting this first Triceratops really opens up a whole lot of new possibilities. You know, you can't really tame a whole lot until you get a trike, because you just can't get that many Narcoberries. I've been collecting Narcoberries since the very beginning, since day one, and I've got 88 Narcoberries. So once we get this trike tamed up, I'll go take it through some bushes, and we'll see how many Narcoberries I can get in X amount of time. Quite a bit. Huge difference. So if you're newer to Ark, one of the things you're going to have to get used to is figuring out how long it takes for knocked out dinosaurs to wake up. The trike is pretty slow. Once you get them knocked out, it takes them a long time to wake back up, so you don't really have to keep too much of an eye on them with Narcoberries or narcotics. But then you get to, let's see here, what's one of the dinosaurs that wakes up really fast? The Castroids, the beaver, that's one of the ones that we saw on day one, swimming around in the water. You'll knock one of those out, and then you'll go to do something, and you'll come back and it will be gone because you left it alone for too long, and it woke up and left. So that's just something that you'll gain with experience. You know, once you knock out a dinosaur, just keep a close eye on it, and just make sure that's not one of the dinosaurs that wakes up quickly. And always bring lots of narcotics with you. I haven't made any narcotics yet, but we'll get to that. It's something that you can make in mortar and pestle. You use Narcoberries and rotten meat inside of the mortar and pestle, and you combine them to make narcotics. It's very easy to do, and I might get around to it, not on this day, but probably on day 4. I'll start making narcotics, and it's a much better way to keep dinosaurs knocked out. Oh yeah, you know, I just remembered why I didn't spend those 5 engram points on the battleship raft. It's because I have yet to still unlock the Triceratops saddle. In the game it's called the Trike Saddle, so if you try typing in Triceratops saddle, it won't come up. You have to type in Trike, and then you'll see the Trike Saddle. I believe it's 12 engram points. So one of the things I'm doing, I believe, is building a bunch of wood foundations. You can watch my EXP meter. It goes up a pretty big chunk every time I build a wood foundation, and I'm trying to rush to the next level so I can get those engram points to build it. So to build the Trike Saddle. I'd really like to have that ready to go once the trike is tamed, so I can start using it immediately. Messing with the microphone. Her name is Ember, but I call her Gremlin because she acts like a gremlin. Don't ya? Okay. Yeah, one thing you'll notice that I do a lot is I get really close to the wild dinos just to see, and what I'm doing is I'm checking what level they are, and I'm really keeping an eye out for level 200 plus dinos, and I'm not seeing them. It's kind of strange, to be honest, but I think it's just bad luck. If I were Cheat McCheaterson, I would use the destroy wild. I would hit tab, type in destroy wild dinos, just one word, destroy wild dinos, and hit enter. But I'm not going to do that. Yeah, so its food is getting down there quite a bit. Yeah, so I put the berries inside of the trike, and now it's eating it. You can see the taming, that bottom bar, just at 8.8%. That will continue to climb up to 100% as it eats food. And if the trike's not hungry, it's not going to eat, so it's not going to progress the taming bar. Hence the appetizers. So I'm getting a bit closer to the next level. I need the wood foundations anyway, because I'm going to need to expand where I have the taming pen right now. I need to expand the foundation to be big enough to be adequate for a base. I think I'm going to build it maybe 7 by 7. I don't remember what size exactly I built it. I just kind of go by feel while I'm playing the game. Well, actually, I was debating asking my viewers this or not. Not that I have a whole lot of viewers at this time, but I'm hoping to get more viewers as I put more videos out there. It seems to be the natural progression of things. You know, especially as I gain more experience and I start making better videos. And that's actually what my question to you is about. So what I'm seeing on my screen right now is really crisp and clean. It's not 4K, but it's really nice 1920 by 1080 resolution. And I'll download the video at an 80,000 bit rate, 60 frames per second, and then when I upload it to YouTube for you guys to see, it doesn't, I mean, it looks okay, but it's not as clear as what I'm seeing right now. So if you have any advice, that would be much appreciated. One thing to note is that I do throw the video, I use OBS to record it, and then I throw it into Windows Media or Windows Movie Maker, and I just tweak a couple things, and I do the custom settings, 1920 by 1080, 80,000 bit rate, and then I download it onto my computer, and then I upload it onto YouTube. And when I download it to my computer, it looks really nice, but then I upload it to YouTube, and not so great. I mean, again, it's okay, but it's not what I want. It's not perfect. So if you have any advice, it'd be much appreciated. Just put it in the comments below. I'll love you forever. Okay, so just got the 12 engram points, unlock the Trike Saddle. Now I just need to make sure I get the materials to build it. Let's see here. Right now, the foundation's 2 by 3, it looks like. So I'm going out 4. It's going to be about 4 by 4. Okay. And just be warned, it's not going to be the prettiest base in the world. It's like that first base that I built on the mainland on day 1. It's just going to be a temporary base, but It's going to be a little bit more solid of a structure than that thatch one. It's going to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to place a farm on the roof of it. At this space, I'm going to put the farm. And it's only going to be that one level. It'll just be one big room, one big square room, nothing fancy, and then a ladder up to the roof where the crop plots will be. And I'm not sure, I think it's maybe day 4 or day 5 that I get into the gardening, the farming. So if you're curious about that, make sure you go and watch that video once I put it out there. So level 100 Pteranodon isn't too bad. It's not good enough though. I think one thing that most ARK players will find if they play this game any, reasonable amount is that they'll end up getting just too many dinos, really. They'll be coming back to their base and all they'll see is a bunch of green text hovering over their dinos. It's just a big blur of green because they tamed just tons of different dinos that they didn't really need. So I'm personally very selective of what I choose to tame and which ones I just kill off or leave alone. Yeah, so just pumped some Narcoberries into it to make sure that it doesn't wake up. Yeah, that's one dinosaur I forgot to mention was the Phiomia. Speak about farming. One thing that I'm definitely going to be getting in the next day or two is one of these Phiomias. And what they're really good at is actually for farming, you put a bunch of stem berries in them and then you just pump them. Just keep on feeding them stem berries and a bunch of shit will fall out of them. A bunch of feces. And you can either put those feces straight into the crop plots, which isn't as effective as turning it into fertilizer in the compost bins. We'll get to that when we get to that, though. I'll go much more in depth on day 4 or 5 when I actually do the farming. Right now I'm going to guess it's going to be day 5 because I still have the crop plots to build. And those take a bit of resources per crop plot. I'm going to stop talking about crop plots and farming now, so that way I have more fresh information for that particular day. I feel like I've had a real big parasaur problem. It's like a parasaur infestation. Okay, there we go. Building the Trike Saddle. You might want to look at the EXP gauge. This should provide me with quite a bit of EXP. Yeah, so that gave me at least a fourth of the EXP bar. And I just unlocked the refining forge, the smithy, the metal pick, and the metal hatchet. Those 4 things you definitely want to get as soon as you can. And we're going to talk about how to use the forge and how to use the smithy and how to build the metal tools. We'll get into that next video, day 4. So I just kind of went in there to quickly show you that there's a whole bunch of different options. If you go up to your tame dino and hold E, it will open that radial menu of just tons of different options you can mess around with your tame dino with. So now I'm going to be taking down the walls of the taming pen, because my next objective is to build a shelter. That way I don't have to freeze my balls off like I did the other night. So I did unlock the preserving bin, which is really nice, but until I have a complete structure to put it in, it's kind of unnecessary. For those of you who don't know, the preserving bin pretty much just acts like a refrigerator. You put meat or eggs in there and it will extend their life for a lot longer than just having it in a crate. So here, I'm just kind of trying to demonstrate the effectiveness of how to use a trike in combat. You're pretty much utilizing its knockback power to keep it at bay. Once it gets close, just hit them again. Once they get close, just hit them again. Rinse and repeat until they're dead. Easy day. One thing about your tame dinos is that they have their own leveling system. So you can actually really get into customizing your different tame dinos. Like you could have 3 trikes, all the same level, but specialized at 3 different things. You could have one with a ton of health, that just kind of acts like a tank. You could have one that you just pump a bunch of points into their weight, so you can use them to haul around stuff, or you can pump them just full of melee damage. I mean, it's just one of the many reasons why I love this game is just all the customization and strategic thinking and tactical planning, and it's just really great. I can't believe and not to talk crap about 7 Days to Die, I love that game a lot too, and you know, I was playing that when this was out, but by far this is a superior game. Okay, let's see here. It took me 2.5 hours to get 88 Narcoberries, and it takes me about, I don't know, what was that, like 10-15 seconds with the trike to get that much. Yeah, so if you haven't gotten the 4 vegetable seeds yet, now is the time that you will get them for sure. Long grass, citronal, rock carrot, and what's the last one? Long grass, citronal, rock carrot, and saddle root. So you don't need all these berries. You want to keep the Narcoberries, and then if you have the Appetizer Mod, you want to keep the same amount of azul berries and stem berries. All the other berries you can just dump. They're just going to slow down your trike. And you don't want crates and crates and crates full of useless berries. So the best way to clean out the trike's inventory is when you're on it, hit F if you're playing on PC, and while you're on it, we'll open up the dinosaur's inventory, the trike's inventory. And what I do is I'll look just for the red berries, and then just go from each stack of red berries and hit O, and then I'll go to the yellow berries, just focus on the yellow, and go to all the yellow berries. If you try to focus on all the different berries as a whole, it takes a little bit longer for your brain to compute which stack you should drop and which stack you need to keep. It's much more easy to just look for the red ones or look for the yellow ones. Once you get kind of good at that, you can look for the 2 different colors like red and yellow. Just dump all that. those berries do have a purpose later on. You get recipes. You can make recipes with them that will keep you warmer in cold environments, or will help you regenerate stamina faster. So, but that doesn't come until later. There's not really much use for it until later anyway, until you start doing the cave runs. Yep, still have to collect fiber by hand. Metal sickle's coming up though. One thing I've been kind of contemplating doing is building my mobile base, that taming raft, and going straight to what I call Hell Island to get a T-Rex. Within 20 days, I'd like to get a T-Rex. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet or not. I think it'd be kind of cool to rush taming a T-Rex, but we'll see where the natural progression of things leads to. There's just so much to do, you know. You don't want to set too much aside to accomplish something that you don't really need. Okay, so recap. Now that I have the trike, I'm going to want to get the stegosaur, ankylosaur, pteranodon, phiomia. And I can find all 4 of those on this island. And then once I do that, I'm going to take my pteranodon. Well, I'm going to complete my raft so that way I have a taming pen, a mobile taming pen / base. And then I'll take my pteranodon with spyglass and go around looking for high-level raptors that I can tame. And hopefully get a level 250 to 300 raptor. It's kind of fun bringing murder machines back to this island and then just running around the island just wiping everything out. You get so much hide and so much meat. It's so satisfying using a killing machine that you tamed and put points in yourself to wipe out essentially a whole island full of dinos. My cat's complaining. I don't know if you can hear her or not. She's meowing at me because she wants me to open the door. So she doesn't like closed doors. But I don't want to open the door because what's going to happen when I do that, I'm going to shut it again and then she's going to scratch on the outside of the door and make even more noise. And my wife is sleeping just in the other room, so I'm trying to keep things quiet. And she has nowhere else better to be. She just used the bathroom and she got fed her a little bit of dinner and drank water, so she's fine. It's okay, Ember. Can't you see I'm trying to do something? You relax. There's just no pleasing the gremlin. Alright, let's see here. So the next couple things I'm going to want to unlock is the metal hatchet and metal pickaxe. So the foundation of the new base looks like it's coming along nicely. So is it? It's 4 by 5 now? Yes. That's going to be the 5th row. Yeah, coming up soon too is that raft I keep on talking about. That the construction for that's going to start as soon as I get the metal hatchet and metal pickaxe, and I'm going to go full bore into getting that. And I talk about it a lot because you're going to have that for a lot of the game, and you can build a metal one later if you want to, but it's such an important tool to the game. You can ride all the way up north, you can ride around the whole map in it. Every time you see a dino along the beach, you can just pull up ashore and then kite a dino in, knock it out. So you really want the design of that raft to be exactly how you want it. And I'm excited to show you what I have in mind for that. I've built many rafts in my day. So, and I've done a lot of tweaking and modifying and getting it to, how I like it. I'm sure there's improvements I can still make to the design that I've kind of got comfortable with. And everybody has, different things that they want for the raft. Like you could do, if you have a versatile raft mod, which I highly advise getting, you can do that mobile base raft, and that would be fun to build something super crazy on. One thing that sucks though is I made this really huge metal mobile base once, and I had this huge slanted door on it, so that way I could fly my Quetzal in. And I was dumb. You can't do that. You can't land a Quetzal on a platform, just like you can't put a Brontosaur on a platform. They're just too big, and the game doesn't allow you to do it, at least not to my knowledge. Maybe there's an option somewhere that you could check or input a line of code in that notepad file, but there's nothing that I know of. If you know of a way, please put it in the comments below. I'm always open to learning. And to be fair, it's not like I really dug. Like, when I couldn't land the Quetzal on it, I wasn't like, oh man, I need to figure out how to do this. I just, fine, I can't land the Quetzal on it. It wasn't that important to me, I guess. Still be cool to know, though. So since I have that full set of hide armor, I think I'd probably be in the ice cube, the hypothermic range, if it weren't for that hide armor. So something to take note of. If I were wearing the cloth clothing, I'd probably be dying right now. Another fun thing that you can do once you get the Pteranodon is one decent way to spend your night is beacon hunting, because you can see the beacons so well at night. You can see the different colors. You can see, oh, there's a red beacon way off in the distance. I might have enough time to get there on my Pteranodon and get some badass treasure from it. It can be dangerous though, because if you land your Pteranodon recklessly and you go to grab the beacon and surprise, you weren't aware that there was a bunch of raptors there, or what's actually happened to me before as I landed, and I got attacked by Troodons. And the Troodons are these smaller dinos, and their eyes glow at night, and they do a lot of torpor damage, or torpor effect. And I got bit by one or two of them, and I passed out, and I got killed, and so did my Pteranodon. All because I was trying to get, I think it was just a purple beacon. One way that can kind of help safeguard you from that happening to you is you can land your Pteranodon. You're still on it, but you hit the space bar and you land, and you can kind of walk around. Just land and walk around a little bit and see if anything approaches you. Stop, listen, and give it 5 seconds or so. And if you don't see anything or hear anything and nothing's charging at you, you should be okay. But you don't want to linger around in the dark around beacons for too long. My cat is so spoiled. But that's okay. She deserves it. Don't you, Grandma? I'll let you out in a couple minutes. Okay? Okay? Sorry about that. So it looks like sunrise is starting to approach. It was a quick video. 20 minutes fast, actually, since I had that Triceratops kerfuffle in the very beginning. Yeah, so let's see here. Day 3 is almost over. We got the trike. We've made progress on the new base. Day 4, I think I'm going to work on the forge. We'll do a small tutorial on that. We're going to build a smithy. Do a tutorial on that. Metal tools. And again, if you haven't played this game, oh my goodness, wait until you see how much better the metal tools work. The metal pickaxe, just like the stone pickaxe, just a lot more powerful. Same with the hatchet. So, starting to put up walls. I'm going to put one there. And then I'm going to go 2 across, I think. No? Yes. I'm gonna skip 2 spaces because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm turning. You can, when you're placing it, you can hit Q and it will switch the way the wall is facing. But I put the space of 2 because I'm actually gonna put a gateway there, which is the large door. Hey. I'm running this video late. It must be like 4:30 in the morning. Usually I try to end it at 4, but not that big of a deal. Okay, well that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope to see you on day 4.